He forgot my birthday again, said he'd make it up next week. That was hours before he posted a picture. 2 wine glasses, candles, 2 plates. The caption said, "Perfect night." I wasn't in the frame. That's where it started, in the silence between what was said and what wasn't. His phone buzzed once at dinner. He turned it over too quickly. A smile flickered across his face, reflexive, unguarded. It was the kind of smile people make when they forget they're being watched. I laughed at something meaningless. He didn't notice I hadn't eaten. Inside, something small and sharp shifted, a splinter beneath skin. Not pain yet, just the knowledge that pain was coming. Suspicion doesn't scream, it whispers. It rearranges your breathing until silence becomes a strategy. That night, while he slept beside me, I scrolled through his reflection in the mirror. His face peaceful, unaware. My own looked foreign, still, deliberate. I wasn't searching for evidence, not yet. I was studying the enemy as if the enemy shared my bed. The next morning he kissed my forehead, called me sweetheart. It landed like a lie rehearsed in front of a mirror. Days blurred. Routine held me hostage. His phone became a fortress. Passwords changed, notifications muted, screens tilted just enough. But betrayal is never clean. It leaves fingerprints on tone, footprints in timing, traces of guilt in how quickly someone locks a screen. He grew affectionate again. Too affectionate. People compensate when they've already crossed a line. I said nothing. I started collecting time instead. Patterns. Lunch hours that stretched too long. Showers taken twice a day. The faint scent of perfume that wasn't mine. Something floral and heavy, the kind that lingers after guilt leaves the room. The unraveling began quietly. I used the tools he forgot I had. Old instincts from a life before him. Systems, data, access. Every secret leaves a digital ghost. I mirrored his messages, backed up his photos, watched the story write itself one timestamp at a time. Tuesday, I wish you were here. Thursday, you make everything perfect. Friday night, the picture. 2 glasses, 2 plates. He'd tagged no one. But metadata never lies. Her name glowed beneath the surface. Someone I knew. Someone who used to text me about girl talk and ask how we were doing. She'd told me once, "He's lucky to have you." Maybe she meant it. Maybe it was practice. Shock is loud. Realization is quiet. It doesn't crash into you. It seeps through your veins like cold air. I went through the motions. Work. Chores, dinner. He smiled more, as if performance could erase the cracks. At night, I lay beside him, listening to the rhythm of his sleep, counting the seconds between his breaths. Each one whispered a truth I already knew. I didn't confront him, not yet. Confrontation is emotional. I wanted precision. It took a week to prepare. I gathered everything. Screenshots, messages, timestamps, even the photo metadata. Each piece cataloged, aligned, like a case study in deceit. When I finally called her, my voice didn't shake. "Can we talk?" A pause. Then, "Of course." I heard the fear buried under politeness. She knew. Guilt is fluent in silence. I didn't raise my voice, didn't accuse. I just asked one question. Was it worth it? No answer, only breathing. Then the click of disconnection. Sometimes truth doesn't need witnesses, only acknowledgement. He came home that night humming, brought takeout, a bottle of red. "Make up dinner," he said. I smiled. It was almost impressive, how easily he played normal. We ate in silence. He talked about work. I listened to the rhythm of his lies, to the practiced ease in his tone. When we were done, I slid my phone across the table. The screen lit up. The photo. His photo. The perfect night. He froze. "You posted this," I said. Not a question. He nodded slowly. "Yeah. Why?" I tapped the corner, the metadata window. Coordinates. Timestamp. The name of the restaurant. Then the second photo, the reflection of her face caught in the wine glass. Subtle, distorted, undeniable. His breath stuttered. A tremor broke through his calm. I watched him process it, the collapse of the performance. He started to speak. Don't. The word landed like a blade. I pushed a printed folder toward him. Every message, every timestamp, the record of his fiction. He flipped through it in silence, eyes moving faster, desperate for escape. There was none. When he looked up, his face was pale. "Please," he whispered, as if I still believed in that word. I didn't shout, didn't ask why. The why doesn't matter. The choice does. I stood, collected my things, and placed the key on the table. He reached for me. I stepped back. "You said, 'Next week,'" I murmured. "Don't bother." He blinked, confused. "Next week?" "My birthday," I said. "You forgot it. But you remembered to post this." He broke then. Not loudly, but quietly, the way glass cracks before it shatters. I watched him sink into the weight of what he'd done, and for the first time, I felt nothing. Not anger, not grief, just the clarity of distance. I left the apartment without looking back. The night air was cold, cleansing. Somewhere behind me, he was still trying to make sense of the silence. Let him. The cruelest revenge is absence, leaving them to speak into the void they created themselves. Now, when I see his posts, they're all empty captions, quotes about self-growth, pictures cropped to hide the missing half of the frame. He's still searching for the audience that used to be me, but I've already left the theater. Some betrayals deserve no confrontation, only understanding that love, once broken by deceit, cannot be repaired, only buried. I used to think forgetting was weakness. Now I know it's strategy. And as I walk past another restaurant window, 2 glasses, 2 plates, a couple laughing softly, I catch my reflection in the glass, alone, calm, unshaken, not a victim, not anymore. He called it a perfect night. He was right. It was, just not for him.